Me and Johnny started a cleaning business when we were only 19 years old, and it took us 3 whole years to get to the point where we were making 6 figures. Now, fast forward to today, we sold that business for over 6 figures, and now we have a company that makes millions of dollars per year. I can confidently say that if we were to start a cleaning business today, that we would be able to make $1 million within the first year. Now, the reason I can say this is because we've learned so many skills and lessons just by trial and error over the past couple years in business. And in this video, we're gonna break down exactly what 19-year-old Johnny and Sergio did versus what we would do today, knowing what we know now, that's gonna make it 10 times better and be able to make money 10 times faster. Now let's take it way back to 2017. 19-year-old me and Johnny start a window cleaning business. We buy the supplies and we go out there and we start cleaning windows ourselves. And man, it was a freaking grind. Looking back on it, knowing what I know today, I would not have cleaned the windows because now we know you can hire contractors. That's how we have remote cleaning businesses. That's how we teach people to do it. And this is just way better because now instead of having to be out there sweating your ass off, having to manually clean, you can be focused on things like getting better at sales, doing the marketing, overall just making more money. Looking back on it, there's a reason why we didn't start by hiring. It's because we didn't know how to hire. One, learn that skill, right? Understand how to do the hiring, how to put job postings out, how to interview people and understand if they're gonna be a good fit for your business. And once you can do that, you can leverage this skill to be able to have other people do the work for you. Now, the second mistake that 19-year-old me and Johnny made was we were scared to spend money on advertising. Because at the time, we didn't understand advertising and marketing. So if we were gonna put $100 or $1,000 into it, we weren't sure if that was gonna come back. Knowing what I know today, we would definitely spend at least $5,000 in the first month. Now, you don't have to have $5,000 because knowing what we know today, you can put that all on a credit card. And that's the best thing to spend on a credit card is ads. As long as you can get those customers within 30 days to pay you, now you have all that money to pay off the credit card. Specifically with the house cleaning business, we put some of the marketing dollars into paid ads that are specific to house cleaning. So Google local service ads, something like Yelp, because Yelp works really well over here on the West Coast. And the second thing that we'd put a lot of the budget into is Facebook ads. At the time, we didn't know anything about Facebook ads, but the reality is, if you know how to get someone to click on an ad from a really good offer, you could put $1 in and get $5 out. Now, tell me that's not a good deal, because if we put $5,000 in, that means we're getting $25,000 out. And if you can do that all day, that's how you're going to scale to $1 million. Now at this point, you're probably noticing the trend. 19-year-old me and Johnny were broke and we were scared to spend money on anything. And another thing we were scared to spend money on was a CRM that was gonna organize all of our customers. So you know what we did? We put everything in a spreadsheet, and that's how we try to organize our customers. It was a mess. It was not fun trying to do that. And in reality, it really only costs $50 to $100 for a good CRM that's going to organize everything in terms of customer data, where that person lives. It's even gonna help you automate some of the things like the text messages that go out to your customers an hour before the job, right? These are all the little things that can add up in time. And I would 100% do this off the bat from day one and not wait a year or 2 years down the line.
Another huge, absolutely boneheaded mistake that 19-year-old Johnny and Sergio were making was not reaching out to our past customers. And this is a very, very bad habit because we were spending so much money every month on marketing to acquire these customers. And yeah, we were profitable, but we weren't as profitable as we could be because we weren't reaching out to all those customers that we spent all this money to acquire to rebook them. Sure, would some of them call back and manually book themselves? Yes, but we were leaving so much money on the table because we weren't reactivating our old customers. So knowing what we know now at 25 years old, what I would do if we could go back in time is set up text and email sequences for every touch point in the whole sales funnel. And so what I mean by this is, let's say somebody went to book an online job. I would have an email sequence and a text sequence for an abandoned cart. If they got a price for a quote but didn't book, I would have text and email sequence. I would also have our admin call and reach out to them to find out why they didn't book and try to close them right there on the phone call. I would also have text and email sequences built out the moment our technician hits finish on the CRM and that job is complete. That way they're enrolled into a sequence to be followed up with every single quarter and also emailed every single quarter. On top of emailing our list at least 3 times a week. Ideally every single day is what we would do. The reason being is we're collecting emails, and if you're a business owner not collecting emails, start collecting emails, because you can email these customers every single day with different offers, different stories, whatever it is, just so you stay top of mind. This is gonna drastically reduce the amount of money you have to spend on marketing, while also increasing your profits because you've already paid money to acquire them. And now they're getting rebooked and rebooked and rebooked and reserviced, allowing you to grow and scale that much more profitably. And the last major mistake that we made at 19 years old was not doing enough door-to-door. And what I mean by this, at 19, we did it here and there. We got a couple customers doing it. But what we didn't understand was, in a service-based business, especially if you have an opportunity to build what's called an outbound sales team, and a door-to-door sales team is a good example of this. For example, the window cleaning business, you could build an outbound sales team, meaning if you drive around these neighborhoods, every house is a potential customer, meaning you can go to where your customers are. And so if we could go back at 25 years old, knowing what I know now, I would absolutely build a door-to-door sales team to combat the inconsistency of marketing, because marketing can ebb and flow. But if you have an outbound sales team, it's a much more predictable way to sell and generate customers, because you don't have to rely on getting in front of a bunch of eyeballs. You know your sales team's gonna knock X amount of doors, and that's gonna result in X amount of sales. And that's a skill we've learned now, is how to build and structure sales teams, how to compensate them correctly, how to motivate them, how to teach them how to sell. And so we would definitely go back and do that, and that would just generate us that much more customers. Again, if any of this resonates with you, please implement it. It's gonna make you more money. And if you got value out of this video, hit like, hit subscribe, comment below what you wanna see next. And if you're ever interested in starting a remote house cleaning business and you've been on the fence about starting a business and you just don't know what to pick, start a remote house cleaning business. You learn sales, you learn marketing, you learn how to hire, you learn how to set up all the systems and ops, and you learn all these skills which nobody can ever take from you, and you can take them into the next business that you'll grow that much faster. And if you're interested in it, click the link down below. It's our free training, and it'll talk a little bit about what the remote cleaning opportunity is and what it's like to work with us one-on-one to actually coach you and mentor you through this whole process. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.